Hey, what's up, you guys? Marty Schwartz here from GuitarJams.com. Gonna bring you a fairly beginner blues slide guitar lesson, kind of in the style, Duane Allman, Derek Trucks kind of thing. Not that I can touch that ability, but I think that's cool. I've been only working on this for a couple months, and I got some more things that I've learned that I'm gonna pass on to you now. Also, I've got GuitarJams.com website with tons of lessons on there. Got a link for that. I also have a link for all my social media stuff. I appreciate that support. And then also I'm going to pick 3 comments on this video to win a year at Guitar Jams as well. So enough of that. Let's zoom in, and I'm going to break down some of these slide techniques for you. All right, just want to remind you we're in open E tuning. So that would be E, B, E, G sharp, B, and E again. So when you strum it open, it's like what would normally be an open E chord. That way you've got major chords. So I'm going to teach you a classic Allman Brothers, Derek Trucks kind of thing. And so let's talk about the technique. The last slide lesson I had just started learning. It's probably been about 2 months, so I've figured a few more things out here. Let's just talk about it real quick, what we're doing. We're in the key, we're going to do key of E. So that means on the 12th fret here, that's the root. Okay, and so we kind of lock it in. And basically you have this really, when you're in open E, you have this perfect box here. Like 12 to 10 all the way across. So it's going to be, you can play up and down the whole neck, but to begin with, you really just got this like kind of little whole step going thing here. So look at the 10th fret. If I want to do that with the slide, I want the slide to be directly over the metal bracket. You can see through the slide, and it would look like that bracket's coming out of the middle of my finger. Watch, I do it with that. So you can see my finger was right like that. The other thing you want to do, I've seen teachers say index finger to mute behind. I'm more comfortable with my middle finger, so what I'm doing is I'm just lightly touching the strings behind the slide. Like that. Just for a little bit of muting. And then the final thing, which has been the most focus for learning, is the right hand, which is muting all the strings except for the one that you're plucking. And it's really about using the thumb and index finger, and then you're muting with everything else. And even if I'm hitting a note with my thumb, my index finger's muting the rest, and so forth and so on. I'm going to show you this lick now, and we'll just talk about a little more in-depth technique along the way. So what the lick is going to be is this. With a slide, okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to slide up to the 12th fret on the B string. But we're going to want our finger, the slide, to be directly over that 12th fret's metal wiring fret right there. Now, if I just pick that note and I'm not muting any of the strings, it would sound like this. And that's not what we want. We want to hear just that note clean. As opposed to you hear lots of noise. That we're only hearing the note. And so if you look at my right hand, here's what's going on. I'm plucking that B string with my index finger. My middle finger is muting that high E. So middle finger is just touching that high E, index finger is going to be on that B string, and then my thumb is just resting against the strings. So you can see my thumb has ended on the G string right there, and it's muting the rest of the strings. So now all I'm hearing is that B string, and then my middle finger is muting that high E. So it's kind of like you're squeezing between the G with your thumb and the high E with your middle finger, so you can hit that clean B string. And then what we're going to do is slide in from the 10th fret up to the 12th fret, picking that B string like this. Okay, that's the first move. Then, after we did that, we're going to slide it back. So we're going to pluck it, then slide back down, like that. Sounds familiar, I'm sure. So after we slid that down, the slide is over the 10th fret right now. We're keeping it there. And what I'm doing is now, since I was plucking with my index finger there, the index finger is going to come down and mute the B, middle finger is going to mute that high E, and I'm going to pluck that G string, and the rest of my thumb right there is blocking the other string. So all I want to hear is that G string. So my thumb's blocking the strings except for the G that I'm going to hit. And then my index and middle are muting the B and high E. And we're going to go like this. We're going to slide it back up. Like that. So when you put that together, see that? So look at my right hand when I'm doing that. See that? Everything's muted except for that. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing, and I'm going to pluck that D string. So all I have to do is just kind of move this up. And then that the 12th fret of the D string right there is back to the root. So all I did was I'm muting. Now when I do that, I'm just letting my fingers mute. You know, my ring finger is muting the high E, my middle finger is muting the B, and my index is muting that G. So then so I can hit that. If I wanted to hit the A string, I just move it up again. And I'm not focused too much on the tips of my fingers muting each string. It's just, my hands are chubby, so I can mute very easily. But it's just, you just rest it on everything that you don't want to hear. And then you just got to practice. I mean, I've put in hundreds of hours so far, and I feel like I'm, pecking on the surface. But, I'm not, ready to join the Allman Brothers or anything by any means, please. So you just get comfortable with that. Okay, look at my right hand again. So everything that's going on is, I'd say the main focus is muting what you don't want, as opposed to All that noise. We don't want the noise. And then what you want to do too is then you do want to play a chord. So what you can do by that, just run it across the whole fret there, mute behind with the middle, and you can strum it. So then you could get licks like this. You know, you could flourish with a whole chord or even a little piece of a chord. But yeah, even besides the lick I just taught you, just that whole square box. I mean, lots of thumb and index finger and everything else being muted around it. I'm still working on it myself. I'll check in with you guys soon as I progress, and hopefully you're learning stuff too. All right, I hope you got something from that. GuitarJams.com is the website. Social media stuff, 3 comments to win a year at Guitar Jams. And thank you for hanging out with me, and we'll see you again real soon. Take care.